Good afternoon. Judy from Thistledew Creations here with some more autumn ATCs. I've got these 4 already made with fabric backgrounds, fabric snippets, polyester leaves, and pumpkins. This one got a double leaf and a piece of lace in the mix. I'm not sure why, it just did. I can go back and add some lace to the rest of them too, but I didn't really want them to be that frilly. So I've got one more with this sort of burlap looking fabric. And then I've got 2 with this kind of a batik. It's got like a velvet raised on this burgundy, and then it's got a green thread through it as well. So I picked out this green fabric to go with that, and I had planned on doing the double leaves with that. We'll see. And then I've got another series here with cork. Might do those in a different video. And then I've got one more of these sort of army green brown backgrounds. But I don't have another pumpkin for this unless I can dig and find one, which I might be able to. Let's go ahead and make a few more of these. I've got this interesting burgundy yarn that I pulled aside for these 2. I'm not sure just how that's going to go together yet, but let's do these last 2 that are this style. So I had this swatch of plaid fabric that's out of the center of some wired ribbon. I had that as a background on these, which I kind of like. And then a pumpkin. And that's about as far as I got with the design of them. I could add more, but there's not a lot of room for more. I'm putting a fair bit of glue because it's going to absorb into that fabric. And I also want it to absorb into this fabric so that it stays glued down. And then the leaf itself needs some glue. Kind of go around the edges and then fill in a little bit in the middle. I'm going to line that up over the edge of that background fabric. And just hold it for a minute. Not a minute, but a few seconds. And then my little pumpkin, this bottom edge wasn't very even, so the pumpkin and the leaf overlapping it kind of disguises that fact. So I'll have him hanging down a bit. He does that a little bit on the other ones too. So I did one horizontal one for whatever reason. I suppose I could do another horizontal one if this leaf isn't too tall, just so I have a pair of them. I have a special page in my ATC book for horizontal designs. I don't have all that many yet, so it's just one page at this point. I was talking to some people in a Facebook ATC group today, and one of the things that the one lady said was that she has a whole book just of her own designs, and then a whole book of designs that people have sent her, and then a whole book of ones that she's going to trade. Well, I don't keep my tradables in a book yet. Maybe someday I will. I have only got about 4 sets and then a few stragglers that I've got as tradables right now. So I suppose if a time came when I was making them but not trading them and I had several sets, then I might want to have a whole book for that. But I just keep them in a little clear plastic box along with the postage and the envelopes and the pouches that I put them in and the extra little goodies that I might want to send along with them. I keep all that together so that when it's time to do a trade, it's fairly quick and easy. A lot of the times I might be doing a trade while I'm at work, and then when I get home from work, I don't want to have to fuss too much. I just want to be able to address, well, I return address all the envelopes ahead of time. And then I can just put the swapper's name on the front of the envelope and add the appropriate goodies in with it. Like on a fall one, I might add some goodies that kind of are the same theme. A Halloween one, I might put some Halloween themed goodies, that sort of thing. That one just wasn't sticking down, so I give it a little more glue. And I'm going to call those done for now. I do like the way that little bit of lace looks, though. So I may come back and put some of that on. I just like my stuff to have several elements. I want to see how this yarn works out. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. But I do want this green because you can see in the fraying that has some green along the edge and red along this edge. So the way that it's made is got both colors. So I'm going to layer up these leaves. Put the green one down first. And leave it over a little bit from the edge. I find these green ones, they came out of the same package as the red ones, but they're not as heavily embossed for some reason. They're more flat. So they're good as a background leaf. And then the front ones, the red ones, have a lot more texture to them. They look a lot like a real leaf, the way they've embossed them. And drawn the veins on. And then I just let that green leaf show in behind the red leaf. It's kind of like a shadow effect. And then I was going to use this green up the side, but I've put them over too far. I don't really want to move them yet now. So I think I'm going to put this across the bottom, and I'll just recut it because it's too wide. And this is upholstery fabric sample. It still has the paper on the back. I might be able to shift them up just a bit. And I might have to go back and re-glue that after. Abby's listening to some music on YouTube, but I don't think it sounds good enough to be music I have to worry about. I certainly wouldn't want to put up a video and have it taken down. I would feel terrible. So I'll be careful about it. And then this, I wasn't sure. I don't have enough pumpkins right off the tip of my hands here to do two. So I want to do something with this instead. So this is just 2 pieces for each one. What am I going to do with it? Tie a little knot maybe? Like that. Have it just offset. Tie it twice so it's a little bit bigger, a little bit larger knot, even though I don't like my ATCs to be too thick because people do try to fit them into the ATC page protectors. I glue that there, and then I'll have to glue it down. I'm going to put a fairly good blob of glue off center here, and then a thinner stripe going out each direction. And I'll place the knot right in the blob. And set that yarn down into it. And then I'll have to cut it off, but I'll wait till it's dry to cut it off. So you may not even see that part. But I'll trim it so that it doesn't hang out over the edges, but I might leave it loose, not glued down. Kind of happy with the way that looks, actually. That one might be one that I'll put a word. So I'm going to make this one the same way just because. And then these little bits, I could even go back and put them over here, but I've only got 2 of these little bits, so I won't do that. Might use them on those other ones though, the other set of cards. I think hubby has some more mowing to do, so I will have a chance to do the other set. I'll probably start another video for it though. I think they're going to be a little less dimensional from what I've got set aside for them anyway. We'll see. The cork background is interesting, so I don't want to do, I want to make sure I do something interesting with it. I like that knot idea. Again, that sweater weather feeling with the rich colored yarn. We're having some beautiful weather. It's not quite sweater weather yet for me. It has to be pretty cool for me to want to wear a sweater. I wear very lightweight stuff all winter, even though we're in Canada. We live in a house with a wood stove for our main source of heat. So if I start the day with a sweater, it always ends up coming off. And that seems like a lot of glue, but it does shrink as it dries, and it should dry clear. I don't want to make a mess of it by dabbing it away. Okay, so now the question is, do I want to add some lace, some more lace to all of these? And I did find a little bit of that same lace. I could do at least 2 more. And then I would need 3 more after that. I do have some mustardy yellow seam binding lace that I could use. That would go with it. Let me see what else I've got here. I don't really mind if it's different. Got that gold stuff, and I've got this gold stuff. So since I've got, what have I got? 2, 4, 6. Why don't I do 2, 2, and 2? And that way it looks intentional. I always try to do that. That one's got the double leaves. There's none of the rest of them do, so they're not going to be identical no matter what I do. So 2 with that lace. I'm going to do 2 with this lace because I think this was from my sister. She must have got it at a thrift store. And this yellow color is in that plaid fabric, so I think that is why I think it'll work. Maybe up the side here, or overlapping it would be better. There. And then the gold. So here I've got a red background and a brown background. I think I actually like the yellow one the best. And I might have to put my little words over top of the laces. Whenever I figure out words, I could take a look, see what I have. Maybe it's just the glue, but that's not looking great to me right now, but the glue is gonna go away. Collage work is so much more than paper these days. Having all this lace and fabric at my disposal. I enjoy it. Come on, stay down. My fingers get sticky. It just wants to follow my finger up. I know my words and phrases are close by here, so let me grab my neutral colored ones. Got words and quotes, neutrals. I have lots of them that are pink and purple and aqua and green. But I have a whole, oh, and I've also got little black ones, but I think they're too big. I don't always put words on. So let's see what I've got. Got some vertical, which probably would have worked, but maybe I'll save them for Thanksgiving. And some of these are too big. I think those are way too big. Okay, here's some small ones that I can make pretty small. Joy today. Courage, dear heart. Good things take time. These aren't really focus on the good. Relax and slow down. Kindness is contagious. What you are comes to you. Strive for greatness, true to you. So what you are comes to you. I definitely like that. And what I'll do is I will make it as small as I can with the ripple scissors. And then I will give it just a touch of ink. I used this earlier, so it's got some left on the dauber. And then that can go like on there. There are some kind of leaf-specific sayings, like something about a tree showing you how beautiful it can be to change, or something like that. But I like these phrases that work for just about any situation. See what else? Be grateful. That's definitely one that I should use. Probably should just be grateful on all of them. Then it would be a Thanksgiving. Doesn't look like much, but it does make a difference doing that inking. Love. I'll have to see if I've got any stamps with words that I would like to use. Enjoy it all. That's a good one, because some people don't think that it's a good time unless it's summer, but it's all good. All the seasons are good. Relax and slow down, or good things take time. So these are printable phrases that I print out, cut up, and just leave them kind of as they are until I'm ready to use them. and ink them in the same color that the rest of the book or whatever the project is inked in. I did a lot of this sort of pre-cutting things last winter. And then focus on the good, relax and slow down. Sometimes we go too fast to enjoy our life. That might get me in trouble. Is that copyrighted music?
Yeah. Why?
Because I'm filming.
Oh.
So if you stayed to the end, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed seeing the ATC decorating process one more time. I never get tired of it, so I hope you don't either. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Most of all, have a great day.